Mojang just announced that 1.22 is never going to happen, and here's why. So here in this article that came out just today on December 2nd, 2025, Mojang announced that they are moving away from the current version numbering system, which is currently 1.21.11 coming very soon. What this means is they're going to be adopting a new system that's very similar to what Apple has done. So instead of making it based on the version number it is, they're actually going to be basing it around the year. So they made this fancy little chart here for us to look at, just to kind of get an idea of how things are, because release cadences are a little different between Bedrock and Java. So what you're going to have is the year number first. So in the case of Java, it is 25.1 for Spring to Life. Chase the Skies was 25.2. Copper Age was 25.3, and Mounts of Mayhem would be 25.4. Each release that has a feature in it is going to occasionally just be 25.x. This will be starting in 2026, so it'll be 26.1, 26.2, 26.3, and 26.4 for all 4 of the game drops that we will be seeing. This also allows for freedom so that smaller versions of the game will be 25.1.1 and so on and so forth, so that you can have relative ease between versions of the game and everybody will be able to understand it just perfectly. This also means that they are changing how snapshots are named as well, just to make them easy to understand as well. This just kind of goes into making an overall easier to understand system. So it used to be that, for the example they used here, the first snapshot of Mounts of Mayhem was 25W41A, meaning the year 2025, the week, 41st week, and then A being the indication that it was the first snapshot that week. Instead, they're moving to a whole new system that just is 25.4 snapshot 1, indicating that it is the year 2025, update number 4, snapshot number 1. This all takes effect during the next update cycle, so in 2026 expect to start seeing this come into play. Makes it really easy for somebody like me who talks about these updates a lot, because now I don't have to remember what in the world 1.21.10 or 1.21.9 was. All I gotta worry about is 25.4, which is going to be Mounts of Mayhem, but it can actually be 1.21.11 still. It does look like this indirectly confirms that maybe they're not working on a larger update behind the scenes and that they are forever going to continue doing these smaller drops. However, these drops could get bigger over time as they refine their update processes. Anything is possible, but it is very interesting to see nonetheless that they are moving away from full version update numbers. Yeah, I always thought, hey, they're doing these smaller versions to suffice us until they get a big version of the game. But with the removal of the 1 at the beginning for version 1.0 all the way up to 1.21.11, by removing that, you're not getting a 2.0 ever. And by removing the second number, which would have been 21 up to 22 at some point in time, now favoring just update names, 25.4, 26.1, 26.2, 26.3, and so on and so forth. It does mean that it's a little less likely to predict that. It could still happen, but it looks like they built this naming scheme around game drops instead. So we'll see. There's still hope that there could be like an end update at some point in time. I think an end update is actually more feasible with a game drop, all things considered, because you could add a biome and some mobs in one drop and then add the other half of the update in the next drop. You can actually do quite a lot with that, all things considered. It does mean that making a whole new dimension, though, is a little less on the likelier side, I would say. But it creates a lot of opportunities for them. So I'm going to be talking about game drops and such in the next coming weeks and months If you like Minecraft news, I make videos every time there's Minecraft news out there, so please feel free to subscribe and like the video so you can see more of it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Bye bye everybody.